Welcome into the Alabama Football Report. I am Tom Downey. A lot of recruiting stuff to get into on today's show. A potential flip the Crimson Tide could pull off, a 4-star, visits, offers, and more. If you guys want continuous Alabama football recruiting updates, you're in the right spot. But we want to make sure we're doing the videos you guys want. So if you want more recruiting updates, show it by liking the video. Please and thank you right now. Let's begin with the flip. The Crimson Tide working on flipping 4-star back Amir Brown from Nebraska. He committed to the Huskers back in November, but he was offered by the Crimson Tide, about 10 days ago, last week. This is what Brown recently told 24/7 Sports about Bama and the offer. It was really surreal, to be honest, knowing how they use their backs, how their backs are used in the offense, the culture with the running backs. They have been on my mind every day and every night. I think about Bama. I enjoy the conversation with Coach Gillespie, the RB's coach, and they are really good. I can't wait to see what the future holds. What the future will probably hold is a visit for Brown. He's expected to visit the Crimson Tide. Noah Rogers, who went to the same high school as Brown, has communicated with Brown and tried to help him visit the Crimson Tide. Brown is a 4-star back in the class of 2027. He's currently 347 overall in, like we do for everything, the 24/7 Sports composite rankings. 26th ranked back and the number 13 player in the state of North Carolina. It is noteworthy that when Bama makes an offer and tries to push a flip commit, historically speaking, under DeBoer or under Saban, those guys often end up getting their stocks raised, end up being a little bit higher rated when it's all said and done, because normally it means the services are just a little bit behind on the rankings. So predictions. Will Alabama end up flipping Amir Brown? Y for yes, N for no. Go predict in the comments section of today's show. Another top wide receiver recruit is set to visit Alabama in the spring. That is 4-star Osani Gayles, who I think is another, again, common trend for the Crimson Tide here. They're targeting top-end wide receivers. They have to get several of them, I think, is their goal in this cycle. Gayles, a 4-star, again, class 2027, 45th overall. He is the number 7 wide receiver and the number 6th ranked player in the state of Florida. Here's what he told 24/7 Sports about Bama, his visit. It's an unofficial one. The program is just such a winning program. The culture is unbelievable. They're always going to be a winning program, I feel like. When you think of college football, you think of Alabama. That's cool to see that I am being recruited by them. Bama is Bama. These are the 3 official visits currently lined up for Gayles. Alabama in what is going to be a loaded recruiting weekend a couple months from now. May 29th to the 31st, it's going to be just chock full of kids coming. USC, June 5th to the 7th. Tennessee, June 12th to the 14th. Those seem like the top 3, at least for now, but there are other potential visits coming for a guy that everyone loves to get, stopping to recruit. Miami, Notre Dame, Ohio State, and Washington. So kind of a unique group for the Florida product. Miami, obviously the in-state program, but then you've got local schools to an extent, Alabama, Tennessee, up to the Midwest, Notre Dame, Ohio State, Washington, USC. So he is doing all the country, across-country recruitment there for Gayles. If you're doing CFP 26, I guess proximity at home is not a key factor in it. So how many receivers will Alabama sign for this upcoming 2027 class? It might be like 3 or 4, honestly. With all the JUCOs they had to get this year, it might be more than that. Get your predictions in for me in the comments section of today's show. Moving to tight end, Malik Howard, the 4-star tight end, has Alabama first in line for his official visits. Also coming up on that May 29 to 31st weekend. As we get closer to that, we'll have more of a full video on it. It could be a multiple commit weekend as well. Number 193 overall, he is the number 11th ranked tight end in the country and number 9 in the state of Tennessee. Not a huge surprise then. Tennessee is among his top 3, along with Alabama and the Miami Hurricanes. It might not actually be in that order, but if you had to guess on it, it actually probably does go in alphabetical as well. He is planning to commit in June/July once all those official visits wrap up. Other schools that could get visits, by the way, South Carolina, Texas A&M, also in the conversation there. But he told Rivals those were his top 3, so we'll ride with those as his top 3. Today's show is made possible by Prize Picks. Shoot your shot on Prize Picks and get $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. That's right. Prize Picks is now giving you $50 in lineups when you sign up and play your first $5. Prize Picks makes every dunk, dime, and board that much more exciting. So do not miss the chance to start on America's #1 app for sports picks. It's Prize Picks. It's simple to play. You pick more or less on at least 2 to 6 player stat projections. Get those picks right, you could cash in. For example, season-long baseball ones cooked up by our guy, Jack Lotteray. Brian Mayo, less than 4.1 ERA. Garrett Crusay, more than his strikeouts. Roman Anthony, more than his homers. And Nick Kurtz, more than 3 multi-homer games this season. On Prize Picks, how you play is up to you. You want flexibility? Choose the flex play, like on that last lineup, and you can get paid even if one of your picks misses. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. Links in the comments section and the description of today's show. We got visits coming up here for now ranked linebacker Brandon Lockley. Unofficial visits set to come in March 12th and 13th. These are those little unofficial, again, not paid for by the school visits. Official, oh, look, it's that date again. May 29th to the 31st will be the first of his official visits. He's got 4 locked in. Alabama, Duke, Nebraska, and Oregon, all in June. Those are the 4 he has so far. Again, NCAA's changed rules. You can do more than 5 like he used to be able to. Other ones to monitor here are the Auburn Tigers and the in-state Nittany Lions of Penn State are other potential visits there for Lockley. He is now ranked. I think the last time we discussed him, he had not yet been ranked by the recruiting services. They've caught up, and oh, look, now he's a top 250 recruit. Go figure, right? Turns out when you get interest from Auburn and Bama and Penn State and all the big Power 4 programs, you are a highly recruit. 13th ranked linebacker, 217 overall, number 7 player in the state of Pennsylvania. Now, the goal for the Crimson Tide, I think pretty clear, they've got a shot at it, is the number 1 ranked recruiting class. But they got to get not just the 5 stars, but like high-ranked 4 stars like Lockley to pull that off. Will the Crimson Tide be able to do it? A for yes or B for no? Let's go to Brooklyn Maxey, who got an offer last month for the Crimson Tide. He is now set to visit Alabama as well. He is an athlete, and I mean that in a true way, as we'll discuss here. 4 official visits locked in for Maxey. The Bulldogs, Mississippi State, May 28th to 30th. Alabama, June 5th to 7th. Kansas State, June 12th to 4th. And Kentucky, June 19th to the 21st. Of note, Maxey is currently unranked by the 24/7 Sports Composite rankings. He is not on there as we currently sit. That will change at some point. You got, again, Power 4 programs after you. Alabama is recruiting him as an inside linebacker. So they're going to bulk him up, add some mass, let him be an inside backer for the program. Other programs are recruiting him as a wide receiver or a safety. He is an athlete truly, so there is some, might come down to what position he wants to play in college and in theory in the NFL. Listed at 6'2", 215. So, adding 15, 20 pounds, assuming the weights are accurate, high school, you never know, I think is very doable for a program like the Crimson Tide. Our goal is 50K subs here on the channel. We have passed the 37K mark. 12K and change is now needed. Help us get there. Maybe we get there during this next college football season. Hit that sub button if you haven't already, please. And thank you. Hayden Stepp. I think that's how it's pronounced. Not like steep with weird P's. But I'm pretty sure it's Stepp. 2 P's, by the way. 4-star corner. Alabama, per 24/7 Sports, are in the top 2. Is in the top 2. Along with Oregon. So, you'll see plenty of battles like this one. Bama, Oregon, Ohio State, Texas, all the top recruiting programs will be after players like this. 3 other programs that have been mentioned, again, per 24/7 Sports, as top contenders. The Tennessee Volunteers, some coaching changes that's involved, kind of dropped them out of the top 2 for now. Georgia is making a push right now. And then Cal in the top 5, which is pretty interesting. Tosh LeBoy, maybe that's the connection he had with Oregon. That could very well be at play there. For Stepp. He is the highest rated recruit we've discussed today, by the way. 4-star in the class of 2027. 46th overall, number 7 corner, where the Tide have done a really good job of recruiting these caliber players on a consistent basis. And the Bishop Gorman product is the number 1 player in the state of Nevada.